Hello, and welcome. I'm going to start this video off by saying eBay really pissed me off this weekend. I got a negative feedback. I had 100%. It will not be removed, and I think is absolutely ridiculous. So I will talk to you about that. I want to know if you agree with me or not. But this video overall is going to be a what sold video. We actually have $1,700 going out today. Later today, I'm going to pull and pack them after I finish recording this. And it was a really good weekend. So I'm going to show you a screen share. Sales are great. I think eBay policy needs to change. That is just my opinion. You can tell me if you agree. Maybe you disagree with me and I'm wrong, but I was ticked off. I let it go. And I tell a lot of you this when you message me about negative feedback that I know is not going to get removed. So now I'm in the club with you. I had 100% for about 6 months and not anymore. But let's go ahead, take a look at what's sold. First, we are going to look at my screen here. So you can see, again, full transparency, guys, full transparency on exactly what is selling. There are no viewer sales over the weekend that I am aware of. So we are at $14,612 for the month. We're only at $24 today. So it's a little bit slower day starting off today. 3,300 over the last week. So not too bad, but I'm gonna scroll down here and show you this lovely one negative there. And I'll talk to you about it at the end. I will discuss it at the end, but it is there. So now I'm at 99.9%. But let's go ahead, take a look at what's sold. I will tell you over half of it is boxes. I am not going to show you that many of them. We have 38 total going out. And yeah, let's take a look at exactly what's sold. Up first, this is a Mabel Borneo Islands vintage gray t-shirt, size extra large. I've had this for about a year. This one sold for $12.98. The buyer did pay $6 in shipping. I'm only $1 into this, so it's actually about an $8 to $9 profit, but I had it a long time. So I got a big lot of vintage diving t-shirts and things like that. This is the common Nautilus shell, and I'm happy. $1 into 10, guys, you aren't going to find that kind of return at any bank. So while we don't want a ton of $10 sales, that return is pretty decent, and I am happy with that sale. Next one is going to be another one that this one I accepted a best offer of $12, quite a bit under my asking price, but I've had it for about a year. This is a Michael Katz Judaism pin or brooch. I did put modernist, and here you can see the front, the back. This one was signed Michael Katz, 91 to 92 Israel. It is just under a 2-inch pin. I'm only $1 or $2 into it. So that $12 brings me about a $7 to $8 profit, but it did take quite a long time to sell. Right. This is one of the few boxes I'm going to show you, and that's because I think this is a really good sale. So this is a smaller box. It is only 4 inches by 4.5. This one sold for $32.49, and the reason being is that it had this velvet insert for protection of jewelry. So sold for that $32. I'm only $1 in. This one is about a $25 profit. This one is an Hermes box. Really small box, so I'm super happy when the little ones sell for this much because they're easier to ship. You can see it does come with the booklet. We do show the measurements, and this one, if you find those smaller empty designer boxes, definitely pick them up because a lot of times those are worth more money than the larger ones. This one, I don't know what the heck was going on this weekend, but you can see we had 14 of them. And just over the weekend, we sold 6 of them. All of them we had sold out, and I have no idea why. It's 12 by 8 by 4 3/4. It is a Louis Vuitton. This is not a magnetic, which is the most popular. This one's actually a drawer box. You can see that pull there. but we sold 6 of them, a ton of them. We do show the one with the mark. Most of them probably do not have that mark, but that way the buyers will be happy. So with the 6 of them, you know, we're looking at $120, $130, even though each one only sold for 22. The nice thing about these is that I did put priority, and these will fit in the free number 7 boxes. So we don't really have any expenses going into shipping them. And these are gone. They are gone. And we sold a ton of just this size this weekend, as well as a few others. This is a license plate. It is one of the ones that I just picked up from the estate sale last weekend. So if you're watching my cat treasure hunting videos, you will have seen this license plate in the haul. This one is an amateur radio, and I accepted a best offer of $20 on this. It was listed less than an hour. It was a return buyer that has bought some of my plates before, so really happy with that sale. And I paid $2 a piece. If you didn't watch that video, I bought all that they had left, and this one will be about a $15 profit. This next one is also a really fast sale. This one has not even been listed a week. These are Longaberger reversible placemats. It was a lot of 3. They sold for $19.49. I'm about $3 in. So these are about a $12 profit, but they sold very fast, and they were very easy to list as well as ship. Watch for those Longaberger accessories. I will say, if you just found these placemats by themselves, they are not marked Longaberger, but through selling so many Longaberger pieces, I have gained the knowledge to know when something is a Longaberger accessory, at least on most of it. So this one was a really great fast sale. You know, I gotta show the box accessories. This is some ribbon. Nothing but ribbon. It is almost 8 feet of ribbon. This, we sold one. We have one left. This one sold for $12.99. I am basically nothing in, so it's about a $10 profit for a piece of ribbon. So super happy with that sale. This license plate is a different story. This one has been listed for over a year. It was listed in July of 2022, so about 18 months. This one, I paid $1. It sold for $9.74, so it's about a $6 profit, but it took a year and a half to sell. So those license plates, I initially bought 1,200 of them, if you were not watching my channel during that original buy, and we were in the profit within about a month and a half, and all of these that have been selling after that are nothing but profit. So happy to see these go. They are making room, and I am picking up more license plates because I have found that I am happy with selling them. This next one, we sold a smaller one of these last week. I believe the buyer got it. They were really happy. They actually sent me an offer of $100, which is about half off. But I've had this Kachina for a year and a half. I only paid about $25 for him, so I did accept the $100. Sometimes it's best to accept those lower offers, move on, especially if it's something you've had a long time. And this one will be about a $50 profit. It's a really cool piece. You can see here it is signed by Andy Ricky. It is a Warrior Hopi Maiden. And this is very colorful, super cool piece. I have enjoyed having sit on my desk until it did sell. Now I do have C in there, but I'm not sure what I put C about. Oh, here, right here on the top of the head, there is a feather that is broken off. So that is why we had C. And this one though, I'm happy with the profit after having it so long, and happy to get some of my money back. Right, here is another item that you might have seen over on Catch Treasure Hunting. This is a North Face Denali jacket. This one's a men's extra large, full zip. It was brand new with the tags. I picked this up for $50. I might have priced this a little too low. So it had a tag of $165. I sold it for $110. So it's about a $35 to $40 profit. Sold in under a day though. So not bad for a day, but I think I did underprice this one a bit. And happy with the sale. I think I should have priced this one just a little bit higher. But I do show finding this jacket when I was down in Miami about 2 weeks ago thrifting, and yeah, happy with the sale. I wanted to show you a gift bag. This is a Louis Vuitton. The reason I put this one up is with the little gold foil. This is actually a limited edition holiday gift bag. So this Louis Vuitton bag is worth more than most of the Louis Vuitton shopping bags. This one sold for $29.24. I am about $1 in, so it is about a $23 to $25 profit, and it did sell in under a month. So again, we show front, back, inside, as well as these measurements and the width of the bag, and really, really great sale. We did only have one of these bags. We're kind of alternating between fast and slow sellers here. This thing has been here for over a year. I accepted a best offer of $12, but I am happy to see it go. This is something I would not pick up again. So shipping a fragile canister for $12 is just not my idea of fun anymore. I guess it might have used to been. This one is signed BBP 1997, so it's probably a studio pottery piece. But again, happy to have it gone and have that room back. This one's kind of middle of the road. This is a Ronson cigar box. This one sold for $12.99. I actually got some jewelry in this. It was kind of free with the jewelry lot. So zero cost in, so about a $10 profit. It took about 6 months to sell. So not super fast, but not overly slow either. This is something I might pick up if I could find a lot of these cigar boxes, and I am happy with this sale. So when I find watches, typically I will sell them as is unless they are worth $50 or more. If they are worth $50 or more, I typically bring them to my jeweler and have them put a new battery in. Well, this watch was brought to my jeweler because it is, when working, worth over $50. However, this one, a battery did not make it work. So you can see here in my title, I put needs repair. I did not put it needs a battery because a battery did not fix the problem. So it sold for $12.99. I'm only a couple dollars in. It's about a $9 profit. And I do want to highlight here, I did put here, this watch does need to be repaired, put in a new battery, but it didn't work. I do not want to mislead my buyer in any way, thinking that they're going to pop a battery in and it's going to work. But it is a more rare Disney Minnie Mouse watch. So full transparency for your buyers is really important when there are flaws, and sometimes they don't read. Unfortunately, they do not read. But if somebody came back and tried to negative feedback me on this one and said, I put a battery in, it didn't work, eBay would remove that because I could point out I put need repair in my title, as well as putting that just a battery was not going to fix the problem on this watch. All right, I'm cutting in because I'm so excited. I was supposed to have a Sterling show tomorrow night, and I am going to have a Sterling show, but I was so excited going through all this new stuff that I'm going to do one here in just a couple hours at 4 p.m. Eastern. Look at this antique sterling and blue topaz. I've got some turquoise, beautiful garnet cluster. This is a J. King turquoise ring, J. King malachite ring. I've got J. King multi-stone, J. King turquoise. Look at how cute the little sterling sweater clip, vintage Taxco with the donkey and the man. I am going to do some costume. This is a Weiss butterfly. I do have some Zuni inlaid turquoise. I've also got this big Taxco. Look at how cute with the amethyst brooch, vintage turquoise and sterling bracelet. I've got a lot of lucite. I've got glass faceted beads. Look at the bird. There is just so much. This is just a tiny sampling. Garnet, rose quartz. This whole bin is full of new. This is all vintage and antique sterling, as well as this. So today, here shortly, come and join myself and Dalton for a pop-up. And if you haven't signed up for Whatnot, use my code, get $15 free. These are perfect for Christmas gifts for yourself or for someone else. I hope to see you there. Let's go ahead and get back to the video. Another thing I love to sell that I think people kind of shake their heads at. This is a vintage lot of 2 tea towels. And I did put reed on this one as well. So the lot of 2 sold for $16. They do have the candles as well as holly, and it just simply says kitchen towel there. But if you click and look at these, there are some spots. So this is, again, full transparency with your buyers. Make sure you point it out, show them the stains, tell them to read, and hopefully they understand exactly what they're getting. These I'm only $1 in, and they are about a $13 sale. This is part of a bad buy. I, for some reason, thought that buying a bunch of playbills was a smart thing. It was not, I will tell you. I did accept a best offer of $4 on this. $4, but I've had it 2 years. I am luckily only about $1 in. It's about a $2 profit. So this is when you get those offers. You have an interested person. Yes, it's a lowball offer technically, but it also might have been a bad buy. So really, really think about it if it's something that you've had a long time before having that automatic reflex of hitting decline on an offer. So it's something you had a long time, you have somebody interested, it might be time to let it go. These are fun. This is a vintage blown glass glitter shell. I love selling the little ornaments. I typically pick them up for $1. This is $1 into $16, so it's about a $12 profit. These are really, really easy to ship in 8x6x4 boxes, which is also what I use for my hats. And this one took about 6 to 8 months to sell, so it was a little bit longer, but not totally horrible. I told you I was throwing a few of these boxes in, and this is another one. But this is another one I want to show you. This is 10 by 8 by 1.5 inch. And we still have more of these. This one is a Chanel empty necklace box. This one sold for $65. So again, if you watch my high dollar jewelry videos, Chanel brooches sell for thousands. So a lot of these go to buyers who are resellers. They might have a Chanel necklace, and buying the $64 box could possibly increase the value of their item by $200, $300, $400. So it is a smart buy if they have expensive jewelry. This has the necklace holder. It is very, very nice, complete with the book and that velvet. And this one was a great sale. So keep your eye out for designer empty jewelry boxes. All right, every time I see these, I have to remind myself not to buy them because I think they are like the cutest little things, but they don't sell. I've had this thing for 2 years. It did finally sell for $12.98. I only paid $1 or $2. I love these things, but they are not popular. So I do these videos both to show you what to look for and also to give you some heads up and warnings of what you might not want to pick up. Learn from my mistakes. Hopefully you don't have to make this one yourself. He's a really cute little paper mache man. I think he's super cute. And again, I love them. I have to tell myself every time I see one, do not pick that thing up. So I still have 2 more of them. It is about an $8 profit, but it took forever to sell. If you are not watching my cat's treasure hunting channel, make sure to check it out. This one was actually handed over to me by Sam over at Jolie Flips. She might be cringing when she watches this what sold video. I believe I paid $3.99 for this piece of Higgins art glass that is signed with butterflies, sold in under 2 days for $84.49. It is about a $70 profit. So thank you again to Sam for handing this to me. I was familiar with Higgins art glass, so I did know it was a good piece. I have sold a tray of hers. Watch, you can see this traditional gold Higgins signature. This is definitely a great buy. And actually, I just saw the $2.99 price tag was left on this when we listed it. So we might have a mad buyer, but it sold really fast. It is worth the $84, but we slipped on listing that one. Up next, this is another one. This one sold in under a day. This is a vintage 1960s Simtex Christmas tablecloth, green and white with holly. This is a 44 by 52. I'm less than $2 into this tablecloth. So I sell linens over on Whatnot, and they get passed up a lot. So I think a lot of these bigger ones I'm going to start listing again. Just for an example, this is something I would have offered on Whatnot for $5 to $10, and it sold for 50 in a day. So some of that stuff might not be making it to Whatnot anymore. I have been repeatedly surprised that no one's grabbing this stuff up for resale because the profit is definitely there. So this one sold for 50. It is about a $40 profit, and it sold in one day. These are the cutest little mouses, mouses, whatever they are. They are little caroling, singing mice. They are handmade. They've got their little holly bows and jingle bells. And these I got in an auction lot. It was a shelf lot with a bunch of stuff on a shelf that was Christmas stuff. I am less than $1 into them. They sold for $32.49. They did take about 8 months to sell, but they are going to be about a $25 profit. I was amazed this thing sold because I kind of questioned myself as to whether I should list it or not, but I did. This is a little die cut miniature tractor pencil sharpener. I am way less than $1 in. This is a penny, quarter, 50 cents. This one sold for $12.99. So it is going to be about an $8 to $9 profit, and it actually sold in under 2 months. I got these from George, the antique nomad. I bought a big old box of them from him. I think I paid $1 or $2 per ornament. So this one will say I'm $2 in. It sold for $12.99 in under a month. And well, right at a month. You can see here it was listed October 3rd, sold for $12.99. So it's about a $7 to $8 profit. I had them forever. The funny thing is I am going to see George this weekend over in Mount Doris. So it's been a year since I got them from him. I took that long to list them. We are actually almost through the death pile, which is fun and exciting, which means I get to buy more stuff, right? And it sold fast. So now is definitely the time to have them up. We do have a bunch of those brass die cut ornaments in our eBay store. If you would like to check it out, we have over 6,000 items. So if you are looking for some Christmas shopping, we welcome you to come over to the store, and I welcome you. Send me an offer. Let me know you're a viewer, and hopefully we can make a deal. Now, that was everything I'm going to show you for eBay. There were 38 items, so I'm not showing you all of those boxes. There were so many boxes, but I wanted to give you just a little sampling of it. I am going to now show you what we sell over on Poshmark as well as Mercari. And Poshmark is a lot of boxes, just like eBay. So I'll kind of scroll through that with you, show you the things that are not boxes, and then we'll show you the few that sold over on Mercari. We didn't sell any boxes on Mercari this weekend. I was actually pretty surprised. So Poshmark sales have been amazing since we have listed these boxes, both boxes and non. Poshmark was over $1,000 last week, which is probably the highest week I have had on there. So I am very, very pleased with how the boxes are selling. Those boxes are something that is like a once in a lifetime buy. That guy might call me back to purchase some other stuff, but it will never be those 2,000 boxes again. That's the same as the Harley pens finding 600, the license plates finding 1,200. The reality is those are once in a lifetime buys. And when you come across those buys, you have to jump on that opportunity. So try and keep a little bankroll hidden away, tucked away, to be able to do that. Now, I said I was pissed off at eBay at the beginning. I'm going to go ahead and tell you now before I show you these sales. And I had somebody list a pair of scrubs. I do not know who it was. They were listed a long time ago. And when we pulled them, they were kid size. They were not adult size. They were kid size. And I was like, there's no way I can ship these to the buyer. They say they're women's, and they were like 2 feet long. They were Dalton size. And so I wrote the buyer, I apologized. I said, hey, these were listed as women's. I went to ship them to you. They are children. So I'm going to cancel and give you a refund immediately, which is what I did. And that buyer turned around and left me negative feedback and said they were way too small, even though she never got them. I immediately refunded her money, and I contacted eBay because my thoughts on that is that a canceled transaction should not be eligible for feedback. On Mercari, on Poshmark, if you cancel a transaction, there is no feedback to be left because the transaction isn't complete. eBay, however, says, oh no, they're entitled to their opinion. And I'm like, she's making it sound like she got them and they were misadvertised, not that I said, hey, I'm not going to ship them. So my response to eBay, and I think if you watch me a while, I have a bit of a temper and I can get frustrated. I'm not going to lie. I said, okay, so I should have sent these to the buyer that I knew were completely wrong, let her get them, let her be mad, and make her open a return, because when she opens a return, I am protected from negative feedback. No, you did the right thing, but the buyer has, I'm like, okay. So what that made me say is, well, this lady was a witch. And I went and looked, and she's left over 20 negative feedback for sellers on her first page. And yes, I do go investigate when people leave me negative feedback, because I want to know, like, was it really me, or do they just like to, apparently this person likes to do that. And yeah, it's just super frustrating. It was a $6 item. Immediately, I didn't want to send her something that was, not as described, but I would have been protected if I had shipped it to her and she opened a return. So tell me if you agree with me. I think I did the right thing, but I'm pissed off that they won't remove that feedback because the buyer makes it sound like I shipped the incorrect item when I did not. And yeah. All right. So then enough of that. I'm letting it go. And it's really hard when you get negative feedback not to let it go. Or it's hard to let it go. But I'm moving on. It is what it is. I can't fix it. It'll be there for a freaking year because of a $6 mistake. So that's why make sure you describe your item properly, and then you don't run into that issue. And if they had been branded, I would have tried to buy a pair from another seller, but they were unbranded. I guess I could have went and bought another brand. I don't know. But all of the stuff you're going to see on Poshmark Mercari that sold was cross-posted using List Perfectly. I love List Perfectly. We have made an extra $20,000 or $30,000. I typically do a review of our annual sales at the end of the year with you guys, but between 20 and 30,000 in additional sales because of List Perfectly. So we are very happy using them. It has definitely helped get our items in front of the eyes of many different audiences. And try it or try cross-posting yourself. If you do want to use List Perfectly, use my code, the Nurse Flipper, get 30% off and give it a whirl for a month, see if it helps. And you might be really, really surprised. So let's go take a look at Poshmark and Mercari. I'm done with my venting. I'm not overly mad at it, but I am, like, why can they leave feedback? Okay. I'm going to stop talking about that and we're going to go look. So here is my Poshmark sales. I wanted to show you, and I do have a few of them open, but I wanted to scroll through and show you. You can see dust bag boxes. These two boxes sold for $99 and $85. These are excellent sales. $130 necklace, $20 box, some jeans. Here's another $30 box. So we have a lot going out on Posh. So I'm going to show you a couple of these, and then we're going to take a look at Mercari. All right, so first, this is a dust bag, 11 by 15. This one sold for $25. Again, I do think you are a little more likely to find dust bags than you are a ton of boxes. So keep your eye out for dust bags. This one we paid $1, so it's about an $18 profit. If you do not know, fetish necklaces are one of my favorite things. I absolutely love. Oh, this one is a Navajo fetish one. So people hear the word fetish and they're like, oh my God. No. So this one in Zuni culture, it is carved animals, and these necklaces embody the spirit of the animal or the natural force that it represents. So the carving on the necklace are believed to hold special powers, and they are used in various rituals, ceremonies, and as protective talisman. So that is what they are. I will make this one big. This one did sell for $130. I paid about $30 for this. So I'm making about a $70 profit. It is absolutely beautiful. I love the bear that is the centerpiece. These beads on the side are called Heshy beads. You can see there's a turquoise one. This one was just super, super cool. You can see the bird, the little coyote. There's a bear. This one was a really, really cool necklace, and this one was a great sale. And you can see it sold on Poshmark, guys. Jewelry will sell over on Poshmark. Next, this is Kat thinking she knows about women's clothes, and Kat does not. This is a pair of Miss Me jeans. I did pick them up for only $5. They took like a year and a half to sell. They sold for $35. I am happy with that. They're about a $22 profit. But this is why I like, if you notice, I sell mostly guys' clothes. And I'm wearing sweatpants and a t-shirt right now, guys. I am not very fashionable, not great with the women's clothes, but I am happy with this sale. Next, this was a really fast sale. This is a Longaberger bib apron. It sold for $15. I only paid about $1 for this in a Longaberger accessory lot. So it's about a $10 profit, but it actually sold in under a week. Here is a hat. This hat was in a hat lot that I got from an online auction. It says Army Behind the Army. You can see I put wife, kids, military beanie hat. Sold for $19. I'm only $1 in. So this one's actually about a $13 to $14 profit. And this is the last one on Posh I want to kind of highlight for you. And now we're going to go ahead and look at we had 3 Mercari sales. We're going to take a look at those now. All right, so this is one of the things I list and tell myself, I don't know if this will ever sell, but it sold in like a month. Pretty impressive. This one, we put vintage old coin, skeleton key, whistle. There's a whistle on here. And miscellaneous items on keychain, old quarter. I don't know what the heck it was. It sold for $9. I am pennies, and it's about a $7 profit, but it sold really, really fast. All right, this one has been listed for about 3 years. It's actually in a curio cabinet inside of my house, which we haven't been putting stuff in the house for years now. This is a brass piggy bank. And when my mom cross-posted this, she did free shipping. I do not do free shipping. So there was a glitch on Mercari that was converting things to free shipping. This one was not caught. So it's probably going to cost about $10 to ship. It is a heavy. I even put it in the title. It's a heavy piggy bank. So I'm probably going to make about $5 on this one. So make sure you check those settings when you're cross posting. And if you don't mean to do free shipping, don't do it. And here is another blooper of Kat. This sign was not listed by me. I think this was actually Brooke. I think this was my daughter. And instead of beware of dog, she put be aware of dog. And I'm surprised it sold. It should have said beware of dog, but it sold over on Mercari for $10. This was in my license plate, so I got it about a year and a half ago. This one sold for $10, and it's going to be about an $8 profit, and that wraps up the sales. All right, so that is everything that sold. There are good, there are bad, and this is just the life of reselling. You make mistakes both in listing as well as buying. You learn from it, hopefully, and you move on. So I appreciate you guys watching. Check over on Whatnot. I'm not sure when we'll be doing sales. I'm waiting for some amazing stuff to come in. So if you see a sale on Whatnot by me, there's going to be good stuff. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We are coming up on Thanksgiving, so hopefully you guys are getting ready for the holidays. I appreciate you watching. Be sure to go over to Cat's Treasure Hunting, my thrifting channel. We have been doing videos over there. Give me a like and a follow over there, as well as here. Make sure you're still subscribed. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you on the next one.